Hi friends, this is Tina and welcome to my new video. In this video we're going to be setting up my June weekly spreads in my bullet journal. My theme for June is ocean, and if you haven't seen my previous video where I set up my full June theme, I will leave a link in the description and in the top corner of this video so you can check that out. So let's start with my first weekly, which is technically the second one of the month, but I always like to set the first one up in my plan with me video like I did this time as well. I decided to go with a one-page weekly, and then I have a big painting on the right side of the spread. In this painting there's a huge wave that has some pretty green and blue shades. I absolutely loved mixing these shades together, and I again made sure that the top of the wave would be lighter in color and the bottom would be darker. That makes it look a bit more dimensional and realistic. This painting was super easy to make and I only spent like 45 minutes on it in total. I think I spent most of that time painting the foam. I started painting the white areas with a bigger brush at first, but then I switched to my Arteza detail brush that is very small but long, so it was way easier to create those small strokes to the waves. For the dailies itself, I just made something really simple and easy. These boxes are somewhat inspired by Martha's journal on Instagram, and I will link her Instagram down below so you can check out her super inspiring art in her bullet journal. Now let's get on to my next weekly spread. This is definitely a little bit different from the other ones I made. I decided to give another try to the clownfish since I wasn't really a huge fan of how my cover page turned out. I'm using masking fluid here for the fish, and I'm just painting the background with a couple of blue shades and orange. With the orange shade, I was trying to make it look like there's some more fish in the back, almost blurred out, but I really just wish I would have gone for a solid lighter blue instead. I'm using my Tombow Fudenosuke to create these black lines that separate the white stripes from the orange color. I really just looked at a picture of a clownfish and basically used that reference for all of my fish, sometimes making one fin bigger or smaller than the other. I was using gouache for all of my paintings this month, but for this fish I chose watercolor instead because I just thought that it would blend nicer, and I'm really happy I chose it in the end. I tried to make the bottom of the fish darker and made sure that the top part was a bit more highlighted. interested in knowing what kind of supplies I use to create this theme, I have all of the products listed in the description along with all my socials and discount codes. I mainly used gouache from Royal Talens and watercolor from Winsor & Newton for all of my spreads. By the way, I'm sorry for constantly having my arm in the picture. I'm still pretty new at filming videos, so I definitely sometimes struggle with things like this. Also, I feel like I completely forgot to film more close-ups and add more real-time footage when I was making these spreads, but I am definitely trying to be better in the future. Now it's time to set up my last weekly spread for June. For this spread, I used the same layout I had for one of my weeklies last month. I just really like how this layout looks and it's super easy to write in. This painting has a big crashing wave. I started with painting the sky behind my wave with just one simple color. Then I proceeded to paint the darkest area of this painting, which was the bottom. After that, I just mixed this pretty greenish blue shade to cover the rest of the wave, leaving the foam parts white so I could just paint over them later. I didn't really worry about blending or even placing the colors perfectly because I knew that I was going to be covering a lot of it later. I again took my Arteza detail brush and took a dark blue shade to just create some shadows for the water, and after that I started adding the white color pretty aimlessly everywhere. I swear this was definitely the most satisfying part of this whole painting. When you're painting waves, the white details, swirls and dots definitely make the painting so much better. I used this coral shade to draw a little box for my notes here, and then I drew my daily boxes with a Pigma Micron. we're getting to the end of this video and I'm just quickly going to flip through all the spreads I made. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and also leave a comment and a like. I hope to see you in my next one. Bye bye!